What up, y'all? It's your boy Anton with another live Simply Marvelous show. Today, we're always joined by our brothers, our members. How should I call you guys? Because
We
y'all,
like this. We like this. We like cousins,
I
man. You
just
know what I'm
ain't
saying?
sent
We
them the
family.
chain yet. They
We
they're already
family.
members. I ain't sent
I'm
them a
glad you
chain
mentioned
yet.
the chain. I'm glad you
You
mentioned
know what
that
I'm
word
saying?
before I did.
If
I had
it's
to
like
feel
a
about
if it's
saying
like a
I was gonna get some
royal
static.
if it's like a royal bloodline, we like one side of the house. You know what I'm saying? We like the house of whatever. Like where Camilla and all them is like located. Like we on that side of the house, royal
Most
bloodline.
definitely.
No
Most
doubt, no
definitely.
doubt.
Most definitely.
Well, of course, we got my boy Bruce in the building and my boy
Salute,
Jamar in
salute,
here. Uh-huh.
salute,
Uh-oh.
salute, salute.
Amor's jeweler. Oh man, yeah,
Stop it.
Man.
man. Not the
Stop
you,
it.
Yucatec Mayan, Mr.
Man.
T in the
I don't
building.
think
My man
think I
had
don't
every.
understand I don't think I understand the connects I got. Paul
he
Wall
Man,
ain't
got
got nothing on me.
he got
Neymar
gold, vibranium, and pearl
and
all
Pearl.
in
Hey,
one.
I mean, Jacob, blessed him. If I mean, whatever that Mayan Jacob, the jeweler was, you know what I'm saying?
He might have made it
straight up.
himself though, quietly though. He was in the
Could
lab
Got
be.
doing
him Mike. Had him
it. No
extra
doubt.
iced out. He was extra iced out. Peace. What's happening, everybody?
Right.
Shalom. What's
Was
happening?
was goody? Was goody?
What's happening?
Indeed, indeed. Well, if y'all
Hmm.
clicked on the thing, y'all already know what we're doing today. Phase 4 hasn't officially concluded, I guess. Guardians of the Galaxy, the holiday special, is the last property
Yep.
in the thing, but I don't think our list will change much off of that unless something astonishing happens in there. They're kidnapping Kevin Bacon, y'all. Come on now.
Stop it.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
It's gonna be funny. I already know it's gonna be funny, but come on, man. But yeah, from WandaVision to Black Panther Wakanda Forever, we're gonna try to run it down and kind of see what you guys thought about phase 4 and what y'all thought were the gems, what you thought were pretty good, and what you thought was either trash or just all right. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
I'm ready to get it started. I'm gonna run it
Go.
down the line. I'll tell you where I'm at.
Sounds good.
I'm gonna start with WandaVision. Okay. WandaVision, it had a 91% score on the Rotten Tomatoes. I just put that on every one of them, just so you can see kind of general public sentiment. Not really, I guess critic sentiment. But I have WandaVision listed as hold on, let me pull it up. My fault. Number 4 on my list out of phase 4. Very, very, very good series. The best series that Disney Plus has dropped to date. Um, it was fresh out of COVID. You know, we was wanting Marvel so bad, and we get WandaVision. Very different. Took us back to our childhoods because you know what era we're from. So we were used to Nick and
Mhm.
Knight and all the, you know what I mean, Lucille Ball and stuff like that. That's what we watched
Right,
when we were
right.
little, you know, at nighttime. So it took us back to that era, and it was beautifully done to me. So
100%.
indeed, Bruce, what do you think? Where did you have WandaVision ranked in your situation?
Man, I would probably have Ronda Vision of probably about number 6.
Number
Uh
6.
yeah, right out at number 5. What I got at number 5, it could be switched. But since I got my top 5 on paper, on the ink is on the paper, I'm gonna keep what it is. But yeah,
Okay.
I would keep WandaVision at number 6. Dope, solid series.
Mm-hmm.
She showed a lot of, a lot of power. The hints towards the mutants coming. There was, I remember there was so many rumors. You know what I'm saying? When
Right.
that dropped, that kind of made
Mhm.
you, even if they didn't happen, that made you stuck to the TV because
Mm-hmm.
what was it? The Mephisto rumors,
Yeah. Right.
the X-Men rumors. It was a whole bunch of rumors
Mm-hmm.
that just kept me. It was good, but also the rumors kept me tuning in. Also,
Yep.
Right.
the quick silver switch off, that was dope.
Mm-hmm. Mr.
But
Ralph
yeah,
Boner.
most definitely, yeah. I ain't go over talking, but yeah, it would be like number 6 in my top 6 on my list. It's
No
definitely
doubt.
top tier this phase.
Absolutely. Jamar, how you feel?
Man, I'm right there with B Young, man. Like it's exactly number 6 on my list. The exact number. So we here, my G. Um, but WandaVision, everything you said, Anton, man. I mean, it was everything, man. I do think it's right up there it probably is the best series so far for me. I'm not gonna say what the next one is as a spoiler because I would have.
I know what your next one is.
But it's definitely it's dope, man. I mean, like you said, the Lucille Ball joint, the Nick and Knight. I mean, it gave us everything that we kind of grew up on. The nostalgia aspect of it, man, was dope. Plus the storyline, the plot is set up so many things in Doctor Strange, though. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
And like Bruce said, just mutants in general. Like it kind of gave us, like with the Nexus and all that stuff, it gave us that backstory, that background of how mutants is even coming into the MCU. So love WandaVision. Definitely hope they do a WandaVision 2. I know they ain't said anything yet.
Right.
Definitely curious to see what the Vision spinoff is going to be coming off of this, but WandaVision definitely deserves its flowers, man, as far as like one of the best in Phase 4.
Absolutely. It gave us 2 spinoffs. We're gonna get Vision Quest and Agatha Harkness.
And Agatha. So, I think Agatha might be tough for real. I think that might be a tough one.
Solid. They should make that dark. That should definitely be kind of a darkish.
They added one of those characters. What's her name? She's an actor.
I just shared it joint. I shared it earlier, but I don't remember her name.
I can't remember Shorty's name either.
I know what you're talking. She's like a deadpan comedic actor. I cannot remember her name, but she's very good at that part, and she does look like she could play some sort of witch or something of that enchantress type character. But I think
there you go, enchantress.
Yeah, it's going to be comedy too at the same time. Yeah, you already know how they do. But all right, since we got that one down, so y'all got it at 6. I got it at
6 on my list. Yep.
Bet. All right. Next up, Falcon and the Winter Soldier with an 84% on Rotten Tomatoes. Man, I love Falcon and Winter Soldier. It did so many good things to me. I have it on as number 6 on my list.
Okay.
It's one of my favorite series. It was the return to the MCU that we knew. It gave us that grounded street level, action packed. It brought back characters that a lot of people love. You know what I mean? The Dora Milaje show up in it. Why am I forgetting my man with the purple?
Zemo.
Yeah, it's Baron Zemo. Man, why did I forget that?
Yeah, Zemo.
Baron Zemo in there. The Power Broker, that was the one thing that I wasn't sure about in the show. But at the same time, that will set up things down the line, possibly Armor Wars, possibly Thunderbolts, and things of like that. I can guarantee I could see them trying to invade Wakanda after watching what was going on there, because that's going to be the new ground level through line throughout the MCU. I think the hunt for vibranium. So
that is.
And then it gave us our new Captain America. So I just loved it though. So I put that at number 6. Jamar, where do you got it?
I actually have it as number 8 on my list. Still in my top 10, but I got it number 8. And I could be underselling it. I mean, word up. I mean, it was definitely a dope series. You know what? The reason why I had it 8 is because I wish it was longer. And then they had one in there. I can't remember if it was 4 or 5. It was too drawn out. It wasn't a whole lot really going on. Not a whole lot of character development. I'm not really a fan of series like that. When you start out kind of action packed and then you get into like heavy character development, like later in the season. I wasn't really feeling that. And I think I knocked it down a peg or 2 because of that. But definitely love the Isaiah connection.
Facts.
Love getting the new Cap. I love Sam is so worthy of being the Cap.
Facts.
He's like the Negro patriot. So what I'm saying?
Negro patriot.
Yeah, he's a Negro. He's like the hood patriot. You know what I'm saying? He loves it. He loves his country, but he's just not gonna lie on a sword for his country either. You know what I'm saying? Like he still got morals. You know what I'm saying? So I think Sam is like perfect to hold that shield. because he really represents. Yeah, he's the Negro patriot. He represents
the
a
Morris
lot of
Belichick, the Morris Belichick.
facts. He represents. He represents a lot of like common man that I think we can all kind of relate to, man. But I do have that as number 8 on my list. I thought it was a couple of series that was a little bit better than that.
Indeed. Bruce, where you have it on your list?
Man, we like 2 for 2 right now because I was thinking 8 myself.
I
was thinking 8 myself. And that thing too, that's funny too, is he said he was going to freestyle this. I got 5 wrote down, so I'm just freestyling as we go. Because I done watched everything, but I don't remember, you know what I mean, when it dropped, when it all that,
right,
you know what I mean? Yeah, I've slept a lot, I've raised kids a lot, I've drank a lot since then. But it was yeah, I would say number 8, man, like pretty much what both of y'all said, that you know what I mean, seeing Winter Soldier's arm just fall off.
Right.
That kind of like, that was a big deal to me. Like he just
big
you know
deal,
what I mean?
bro.
Like he had leprosy or something. It just fell off. You know what I'm saying?
It's like they hit the wristlet, hit the button on the wristlet.
Like you pull out your pistol and the clip just fall out.
Fall out, bro.
Dirty.
That's not supposed to happen, bro.
Exactly what that was, man.
You got that faulty weaponry, bro.
It's exactly what that was.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
I mean, just like everything they said, man. I'm not going to repeat and stay long, but to me, like the spy vibe to it, I wish they would have let. I mean, I know Bucky's not the same Bucky, but I do miss the gully, dark Terminator vibe, energy gully.
100%, bro.
Because I mean, he came off. I mean, but who knows if we ever get that? You know what I mean? But
he was so fierce.
Yeah, he was. I mean, everything had that Terminator, that almost villain. I mean, well, he was a villain in that second, but I mean, it was like just a spy villain, you know what I mean? So
and maybe Val has that way to, maybe she got the remote where she can click that little joint in the back of his dome and turn Terminator back on. I'm with it too. I love to see it.
Yeah, I don't even think you have to do that. I'm gonna say I don't think you have to do that. As far as like, you know, the click on, it's more of putting something out there that Bucky really has to defend, whether it's Sam, somebody does something to Sam, or the Wakandans call on him to get back to work. You know what I mean? It'll be something of that nature.
Just to turn him into that guard dog. That's all it is. You know what I mean? Yeah, that makes sense too. Yeah, that makes sense.
All right. So you have
the only thing too. I would have liked to see him, even if it wasn't in a mean way. If his fight scenes would have just been a little more. I mean, he's a legit super soldier. You know what I mean? He went heads up with Cap. That you know what I mean? That fight scene with Cap and Iron Man and him, like that was one of the most intense things ever in the MCU.
Right.
So he can get busy, but you kind of had him. I mean, and his haircut was a little different too. Like he looked like a substitute.
He cleaned up. He cleaned up.
Yeah, he had that. He was trying to get his resume right. Right.
Facts.
I've been there before.
Facts.
As far as I already know that. As far as Bucky go, I think the MCU has an issue with making bruisers, like the bruising fighting style. Like it doesn't convey that well with Marvel for some reason. Like you said, Winter Soldier, he got busy in the Winter Soldier movie of Captain America. Since then, like all the big bruisers, your M'Baku's, your Hawks, your only person who's I guess, you know, Captain America's probably got the best action when it comes to people who's just strong and they, you know what I mean? You feel impact. Everybody else, they just kind of slack on it to me. You know,
right?
Bucky's best move in the whole show was him jumping off the motorcycle over the barricade and hitting somebody with the whole, you know what I mean? Like boom, like
with the entire joint.
Yeah,
doing that Randy Savage.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to our next.
Coco, beware off the rope.
Coco. All right, next one.
No doubt.
is Loki. A lot of people will say this is their favorite Disney Plus series. It's definitely not mine. I will put it at 12, though it might, I don't know, I could move it up maybe. But I think the best thing that came out of this was two things. It was the introduction of branch timelines and the concept of Marvel Phase 4, and then He Who Remains. The biggest shot that we've probably gotten on Disney Plus thus far is actually seeing him in the flesh. And his monologue was it's captivating. You could tell he's a menace. You could just tell he was just tired. He's like, you know what? y'all know I could take care of y'all right now. Man. I'm not even worried about y'all, but I'm tired of this. And I think you should meet my brothers because they a little bit more ruthless than me. Like this dude is
right. He's like Tom Brady.
Is that boy?
He was the Tom Brady of Marvel characters for me, man. Basically, what he was.
I don't like Loki. I'm just not a fan of Loki in general. I don't know why. It's just something about him. So I put it at 12, but I expect it to be much higher on both of you guys' lists. Bruce, I'll let you go first this time.
I think I'm gonna put him at. I'm gonna put that at 11. I like the show. Kept my attention. You know, being hyped to see Kang had me hyped. The different Lokis I thought was funny and cool. See that they had a crocodile Loki, that was wild to me.
Wow.
You know what I mean? To open up the timelines was crazy. Also seeing Loki trying to be a good guy, you know what I'm saying? Like trying to see how the good guy suit would fit. Seeing him having the struggles and trying, because there was a few scenes in their episodes where it was like he was trying, you know what I mean? So I thought that was dope. When you mentioned Kang, you know what I mean, you could see he had some menace in him. Like I didn't think they went over with his suit, with his outfit and all that, but I liked what they put him in. Them purples was popping all over the place, you know what I'm saying? So I would give it 11, man. I'm not gonna over talk it, but yeah, I like the series. I would give it about a 2 tier on there, but yeah, I give it about 11.
No doubt. And then real quick, we're gonna get Kang very soon in WandaVision, not WandaVision, but Quantumania, and that kind of will solidify how great He Who Remains will be, because they're all going to be supposedly different iterations of himself. So that'll add on to that show if he nails it in Quantumania. Also,
it's going to be hard though. He's going to be hard.
I know. I want to see the range, because, like I said, he's like that. He's the guy that he knows he can whoop you anytime he wants to, but he's being funny. He's being cunning, charming. He's like he's there. Just let me talk to you. Let's have a good conversation. Now the Quantumania version. That could be iron, you know what I mean?
Like
rule with an iron fist. I don't want to talk. Let's get busy.
He's a problem.
Like, I want to see the dynamic between the two. Maybe
straight problem.
Might be 3, 4, 5 different versions of this guy over 100%. The next 2 phases.
We already know at least 2, because there's a different version of him that's going to be in Fantastic Four. It's going to be the Pharaoh version, which that is probably going to be extra hard and cutthroat. Yeah.
Rama Tut. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yes. They already announced that.
That's hard.
All right,
Jamar. What's so funny is, I swear, I don't know. It's almost like we all on the same spiritual wavelength here, man. But I'm like Anton. I mean, I got Loki at 12. But here's the crazy part is, I really, really do like the series. Yeah. It had top 5 potential, but I needed to see more. I needed more action. I needed to see more from Loki as a character. Like, it's almost like the same beef that we have with the Hulk. You know how, like, where the Hulk just regressed over time, like where he just stopped being the Hulk. That's how I felt like with Loki. I felt like he regressed. Like he was almost mediocre and standard. He was like normal. Like, bro, like, you can almost catch the E Honda in your body. That's how I felt when I seen Loki.
Smack, smack,
You
smack,
know?
smack,
Like you can give him 1,000 hand slaps to the face, and he's tapping out. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it just didn't have
That's
enough
funny.
action. I love what they did with it, but to me, this seemed like the classic COVID show where so many things was taken out, so many things was changed. I felt the same way about WandaVision to a certain degree and Falcon and Winter Soldier, but Loki,
Facts.
I definitely felt like was
Mhm.
impacted by COVID, like hard. It just felt all over the place for me. Love the show. Top 5 potential. Like it really should have been top 5, but it landed at 12 on my list because of things that I just wasn't feeling in comparison
There was
to
a,
others.
one thing too to
I
add on
dig
that,
it.
they had a lot of solid actors in that joint too.
Very good
You know what I
actors.
mean? Yeah,
That's the
yeah,
that's the
they was
disappointing
Yeah.
part. And I feel
right,
like
right.
I feel like the budget was boo boo for it. Like the budget was weak. Like when you look at the budget for that compared to what we seen on screen from Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and what we seen on screen from Hawkeye and Miss
Mhm.
Marvel, I felt like they shortchanged Loki on the budget.
The
I
problem
didn't
is,
see a lot
yeah,
of the good, you know what I'm saying, like CGI and stuff like that it wasn't appealing for me at all.
yeah,
Mhm.
it's hard. It's hard to do a show and base it in a place that nobody, you know what I mean, that's completely false. You can't do any on site shooting, so everything is CGI. They have to do they create backgrounds and
Everything
all that
green
stuff,
screen.
green screened
Yeah.
everything. So
Yeah.
that's what makes it, hard to do, hard to make it believable. Jumping around and things like that. It makes it tough that way. To me, it does. But
Mhm.
it was a good show. Like I said, Kang or he who remains is the
Right.
redeeming quality that I'll take
I
with
got
me. Morbius is rumored to be in this next Deadpool, including the TVA. So
We
we'll
quick
shall
see
question.
see.
some of these.
Quick question. Quick question
Yeah,
for you, son.
word.
Did was you just not a fan of Loki, period, or did this series lead you to not be a fan of him?
Like I always explain, man. Characters that are no, I shouldn't say play both sides, but are tricksters and things of that nature. That don't
Mischief.
Man,
I don't jive with it that much because
The
you can't
god of
trust them
mischief.
in no situation. You know, he's died multiple times, and then he ends up on the throne. He's always backstabbing his brother. It's like, come
Yeah.
on, man.
But
I
he's a
I
liked
will
him
decent
in
say
lord, though.
Avengers. He's one of the
I
greatest villains. I can't cap on that. It's just him
yeah.
in general. I just I'm cool.
I
Okay.
feel like he's a top 3 character from an acting perspective to me because Tom he kills that Loki role.
He
I
is
mean,
Loki.
he's the perfect Loki. Like
He
real
is Loki.
talk, man. He kills that role, man. I mean, that's another reason to keep that's what kept me really into it was just his
Mhm.
acting ability. Just kept
Yeah.
me in it.
He's one of the biggest stars in the MCU. Period.
They know how to
He
pick. They know how to pick actors, bro. They know how to
facts.
pick
Hmm.
actors.
That's for sure.
I salute
What
them
I
on
do with
that.
my pen? Oh, there it is. All right, so let's go on to the next one then. Since we got that, you got that at 12. Yeah, Bruce had it at 11, and then I had it at 12. So next one. All right. This one brought us back to the movies. Black Widow. All right.
Hmm.
I'm sure everybody will agree that this movie should have happened. How many think 6-7 years ago?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
thinking like phase 2 to 3 at the latest.
absolutely.
So,
This is like
Absolutely.
one of the biggest fumbles to me
Oh, it's
as far as
a huge fumble.
characters. Like the movie was cool. I have no problem with it. Just being on the outside, we know that this movie should have came a long time ago. And it is
Mhm.
not like Scarlett Johansson is not a superstar.
Right.
So she can lead a movie. It was no reason for this to never been a movie a long time ago. Then she has Clint with her. And it's like, y'all could have made a Born Ultimatum movie out of this so easily.
Easily.
Like that's their whole steez. Espionage, you know what I mean? Some James Bond type stuff. Is
Mhm.
simple. And y'all don't think we would not
A
ate that
humble
up?
bodying.
You know what I mean? You don't think we would have ate that up? We would have.
Right.
Come on, man. We all
Right.
showing up for ScarJo first and foremost. And
Wow,
then
facts.
and it was early.
100%.
You know what I mean? I don't know, man. It bothers me every time I see this movie. But with that said,
that man
with
looks
that said,
extra agitated.
I'm
though. He looks
agitated when I see this because they could have.
Right.
It's like you did this because it's like you were trying to make her happy. This it was totally out of like she should have had a joint a long time ago. But
Right.
I have this at 14. Y'all messed up Taskmaster.
Yeah,
y'all didn't
the
give
suit
us
was dope,
Taskmaster.
though, but
Nah,
but,
it just
yeah,
it wasn't Taskmaster. You promised us Taskmaster in the
Right.
trailers, and you barely gave us Taskmaster and what Taskmaster
Yeah.
really is. You have time to redeem her. I don't care that she's a woman. I don't care that she was old boy's daughter. I don't care about none of that. Taskmaster didn't come through. We got Yelena. We love Yelena. She's dope. Red Guardian. He's a goofball, but you know what I mean? I thought he was funny though. I like his accent. He was cool. So it was a lot to like about this movie, but ultimately they didn't even have to make it, to be honest. They only made it because they needed Yelena. Yelena in the building. That was it, man.
And son pretty much pulled his pants down on this one. And was
I ain't
like,
mad
let me take this royal boo-boo on it.
Nah, if it was on TV right now, I would sit down and watch.
Hit it with the royale boo-boo.
What'd you give it though?
It's number 14 on my list.
14.
It's number 14. Jamar, where do you have it on your list?
Yeah, I'm not that low on it, fam. I mean, it's in my bottom like tier. I mean, if I had a tier, it's in the bottom tier, but I mean, to me, it's better than 2 of the Marvel movies that dropped. I mean, I'm not gonna name those 2 movies, but I got that one above 2 Marvel movies.
I got it above 1.
But I got it at 11 on my list.
Okay,
is where I had it like right above Loki.
Okay,
on my list. I didn't think it was terrible.
Nope.
Like you, the timing was bad, and again, like so many of these Marvel series and movies that came out during COVID, I felt like they all got impacted by that. Like again, like storyline gets impacted. Stuff is all over the place. Like you said, Taskmaster was sloppy. I love that we got Elena in this. I mean, it really wasn't bad to me at all. I mean, you know, Black Widow did her thing. I love the backstory that they gave her to kind of we see where the mindset was. We got a deep look into the whole Widow organization. I love that.
You're right.
So, you know, outside of all that, man, again, it wasn't terrible, but I would have gave it like a 62, 63%. Like it would have got like it would have passed. Like if this was like school,
definitely passed.
I would have moved it on to the next grade. You know, so like I'm not gonna hold you back. There's a couple of Marvel joints that came out in Phase 4. It's a hold back for me. Like, nah, we need a redo. But nah, but I got it number 11 on the list.
No doubt.
For me.
Bruce, where you got it?
I need a redo, Bruce. On some of these, man.
Oh man. Just trying to go through my head. Like I said, we freestyling this, man. Right. Hey, can you give me what I said so far? What numbers am I at, son?
WandaVision you have at 6, Falcon and Winter Soldier at 8, Loki at 11, and Black Widow at, hold on.
Well, you ain't got Black Widow yet.
We
waiting on.
No, you doing Black Widow.
Okay.
No, you got Loki at 12. My bad. I'm looking at.
Okay.
I had Loki at 12. I thought Bruce had it at 11.
No, you're right. You're right. You have it at 11.
Yeah.
My bad.
I think I put. I'm kind of thinking of what we got next. I might put Widow at I think I used my 12 already.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got Loki.
So
yeah. Hold on.
I don't think you used 12 yet.
You got it.
Yeah, you haven't used 12 yet.
Okay. So yeah. I might actually put Widow at 10 right now.
10?
Yeah. We'll do 10 because there's still a lot of stuff.
I
in the
had
trailers
it
I
at
would put
10
just
at
above
first
it.
on my list, but I had to drop it down once I
Yeah.
I took another gander. Was like, let me go ahead and drop it down one good time.
No doubt, no doubt.
Damn near 3
I
for
like
3 with Bruce though on the pick.
Right. I know, right?
y'all calling out names. I can't remember the name. Natasha's sister was enjoyable to look at.
Elena.
For me. I
Yeah,
know
She was
I'm being
very
shallow.
enjoyable.
I
Very
know I'm being
enjoyable.
shallow, but the flesh is weak.
But the flesh is weak, though.
Speaking like a true man.
I know, right?
But,
He's in the Garden of Eden right now. He's
That's
in the
funny.
garden right now.
One thing I thought was real dope. I mean, I like how they showed, you know what I'm saying, the widows, the focus of the widows. I know one thing that stood out to me was when Natasha was ready to body the main villain. And he was like, yo, my pheromones, it's in you that once you get close to my pheromones, you can't hurt me.
Mm-hmm.
That was hard.
That was
hard
extra
body.
Mm-hmm.
And normally when it comes to those type of scenarios, movies, comic books, storytelling, I'm 4 or 5 steps ahead of a lot of people when it comes to that type of stuff.
Yeah, smell that one coming, did you?
I never thought about that,
Man,
bro.
that's on some Lex Luthor, bro. That's
The
Lex
hard part
Luthor
about
level.
that is she smashed her face on the desk to break that up.
Yeah.
That was the hard part. Yeah.
That was the hard part. But
whoever thought of that idea, they deserve that check they got. Real
facts. I mean, Bruce, I only see cats like Lex Luthor, like that ahead of the game.
Right.
ahead of the game. You know
right.
Joker.
Kang, because Kang can see all that. Yeah.
Kang too. Right.
Yeah,
Kang too,
most
for
definitely.
sure.
So yeah, that's it, man. I would say 10. That really stood out to me. I do like what's her dad's name in there?
The Red Guardian.
Yeah, Red Guardian.
Yeah, the Red Guardian. I like how they represented Hawkins in that joint.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, his sense of humor was real cool.
Yeah.
I mean, he, you know what I mean, that scene when he was in prison, he's arm wrestling everybody in the yard and telling stories. You know what I mean? Telling stories, laughing, looking to the left.
Like, that was true Euro prison cell is what that was.
Like, I try to be a good dude, but you're not going to stun on me like that. Like, bro, I'm actually really here to arm wrestle and you telling stories, looking to the left.
Right.
Nah, man, we got to jump him, bro. We got to jump
him. I got this serum in me, my G.
Yeah.
You better get body over here.
If this is really Emerald City, we got to body him, man. We're at a BC when you need him. But yeah, I would give it a 10. I would give it a 10, man.
Okay.
But that did let me know too how hard Elena and Black Widow just go. They easily freed him, like with just the two of them. I mean, they came through and was like, "Yeah, we scooped you. You owe us, and you're an asshole, buddy. And you're an asshole, buddy."
You know? Getting on him the whole rip.
Makes me wish I had so much longer ago.
The whole time they was rescuing him, they was getting on him. Yeah,
right.
They was
killing him.
They was killing that dude.
The mom too. They was bodying her too with the bars, man.
I hope everything that movie left off on, it pays off down the road. I would love to see a Widow TV series or something of that nature.
Facts. 100%.
Taskmaster is going to be in Thunderbolts. I hope they
come correct with her. Come correct with that.
I hope
character.
they come correct with that. Red Guardian and Yelena will be in Thunderbolts too. So we'll see how it goes. All right, on to the next one though. I'm sure this is going to be top 3-4 material for everybody. And that is Shang-Chi, Legend of the Ten Rings, coming at a 91% on Rotten Tomatoes. For me, this is number 3. It used to be number 2. I had to think about it. But this movie, it really had no weakness, just to be honest. It gave us so many things that I didn't even know we were going to get. We got dragons. We had the whole, what do they call it? Talo. That whole
the whole realm. I mean, Talo
was like all that stuff, all the things that the legends have told us about that culture in general. They gave us the origins from that. And then you have Shang-Chi, whose fighting skills are fire, his sister clowning. Then you get Wen Wu, the real Mandarin. Oh my God, the rings, Like, everything about that movie was fire.
Even my Dukes was a problem.
Oh, she was a problem.
You know,
She was
she was a mystic. She was from the the joint. So
yeah, she was giving Wenwu all the problems. You know what I mean?
Wenwu.
This is how, you know what I mean? All the problems. She made
Where
that
he
man.
was-
all that smoke.
Where he
made
was
that man
like,
lay it
"Look,
down."
shorty, I'm gonna have to boo you up because
Yeah.
you are too much of a problem for
I
me.
don't need this. So
For
you gotta
real.
get on my squad. You gotta get on
Right?
my
I
squad.
need y'all. I love you, girl. Like I ain't never had nobody whoop my ass
Real
before,
talk.
and I love you.
I need you on my team.
Right? I
Nah,
need you
she's fine.
today.
You gotta be my Miss Elizabeth, my macho man, shorty.
Oh no,
Let me tell you something, Mean Gene.
Straight up.
Oh, Bruce, where you got
that's
Shang-Chi right there in
Man,
your list, man?
Shang-Chi is definitely top tier of this phase, man. I got it
Right.
number 2.
You got number 2.
Like with no hesitation. Like 2 weeks ago, I put on social
Okay.
media. You know what I mean? On social media 2 weeks ago, I put 1, and I ain't gonna blow it, but like only this movie and this phase is better than Shang-Chi. So to me, this is number 2. Fight scenes was dope. There was some funny,
Real
but
crazy.
I don't think they really beat us over the head with the funny.
They didn't.
The fight scene on that what was it, bus? Well, it wasn't no bus.
Yeah, it was the city transit.
Yeah, the city.
Right.
Yeah, and he was. You know what I mean? He ain't even. You know what I mean? We didn't even know. If you really didn't know, you could be still thinking like, who is this guy? Then when that problem set off, he was whooping everybody and still was trying to be a gentleman on that thing. Like, you know what I mean? Because he was bodying boys, kind of shrugging his shoulders like, I usually don't do this. You know what I mean? That, you know what I mean? The colors was dope. You know what I mean? The Mandarin, I wish we would even got a little bit more of him, but his character was dope. Like I done said on two or three episodes we did a month or 2 ago. Just his way of thinking, like I said, when he was trying to break that cave down, he went hands on with it, like beating on it with a punching bag, just hook after hook. He didn't try to use his, hey, I'm just gonna use the rings to batter it. Nah, he went barefisted, Kimbo sliced that thing.
Right. Didn't send goons to do it either. He went for it himself.
Yeah, himself. I got this.
Right.
What else was I going to say, man? This was probably to me the best post-credit scene that we had in this phase.
Yeah, true that.
And
completely agree. And we got 2 of them.
And why did I miss it? The Sorcerer Supreme right now.
Wong
showing up. And then one other thing too, I saw
he was putting in work.
Man, that man getting checks, boy.
Wong was like he's like currency right now. He's putting in so much work.
And one more thing, and I'm gonna let y'all go on. But outside of the preview, because I had no idea of it, then bringing back Abomination out the blue, that was a big shock to me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I was not expecting that at all.
True.
So yeah, I would say number 2. And hey, fellas, give me 1 minute. I gotta run to the restroom right quick, and I'll be right back. But yeah, number 2 for me.
For sure.
Just put your thing on mute if you can. Good.
Yep.
Shit.
All right, Jamar, where you got with the Shang-Chi, my man?
Nah, you I mean, both of you brothers basically said it beautifully. I got Shang-Chi 3 on my list. I definitely went back and forth between 2 and 3, but 2 was so meaningful for me. On my list, number 2 was so meaningful for the whole phase and just moving forward that I couldn't deny number 2 on my list. Like I couldn't deny it. But Shang-Chi, man, was, oh my God, bro. Like it was everything we thought it was going to be. And just learning about another mystic realm, the same as Wakanda and the same as, you know, where Namor's peoples is at.
Right.
We're starting to get these mystic realms of powerful people that can impact how things go on Earth, especially when it comes to, like, you know, because we're gonna have a world war, we're gonna have a another attack on Earth. So these people are going to be very vital, man, to the protection of Earth. So introducing them along with seeing how Wenwu has just been dominant for decades, centuries. You know what I'm saying? That man's been dominant for centuries, and how he's passed his lineage down to his son and his daughter, man, and just built an empire underground. I mean, they was like I don't want to say Chinese mafia. That's too that's too hardcore. But
Yakuza
I mean,
out here, man.
they was a mob, though. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like
Yeah.
they was really doing things in the streets and handling business underground. I mean, even in like Majapur and places like that, like Win Wu's people was like the 10 Rings was them folks was everywhere.
Right.
But dope movie, man. Dope action. To me, it might rank number 1 for me as far as action, like action
wise,
scenes.
there's no question.
Is number 1 for me.
Yeah.
You know, I can't wait to see more Shang-Chi, and like Bruce said, them giving us the 2 end credit scenes is going to lead so much more going forward for what we're going to get in the MCU in phase 5. So, man, and like I said, Wong, man, is he's staying in the booth, man. He's like I said, he's out here like currency, right? West Side Gun. Wong is out here like West Side Gun right now.
Hey, what did you give it, Jamar? What did you give
it's
it?
number 3 on my list.
Okay, I'm gonna say one more thing. Outside of the people that we haven't got yet, like a Blade, you know what I mean? I really want Blade. I want more Mandarin. Like if we could demand that, like if I could start a hashtag,
right?
Like if they could do like an origin story, because if you remember in the story, you know, he said been on this earth for 1,000 years.
Yeah, bro.
You know, you imagine who and what he's encountered, what he destroyed, what he took away, what he's learned. Man, that character is hard. You know what I mean? So
facts.
I like it. I want more Mandarin. So
right.
I would love for Marvel to do a history, like a historical. I don't know what kind of show it would be, but some of these people have been on Earth for a very long time.
For a long time.
Obviously, the Eternals and all that stuff, but you have Namor. He's been here for like 300-400 years. I can't remember exactly. He's been here since 1571.
Longer than that. It's
1571. 1571. I think he was born. Then you have you said the Mandarin.
4,000 years.
Yeah, it's like it's so many. Even just going back in the lineage of the Black Panther, like there was a Black Panther on Earth when those guys were out doing whatever they were doing.
Yeah,
so,
right.
There's been multiple Black Panthers,
and
they all got gods. I mean, I would love to see like the gods, like the God story of the Black Panther. Yep.
Yeah, the characters that connect with Moon Knight.
Yeah,
that's years and years and years
ago.
Yeah, that would be dope.
That's what I want to see.
I got something for you, man. We got something for you.
I mean, we kind of got a teaser in Thor, but I want to see.
That didn't count. I mean, it did, but it didn't.
Fact. Yeah, it was like a real tease.
They just put that in there to let us know they were there.
A filler.
Anything with them.
It was
but all right, let's go on to the next one. We probably should go a little faster on these next ones.
Yeah, we can.
It's all good, but
we've been taking a minute.
Next one. What if? I want to put it at number 1. I can't, but I wanted to so bad. It is still the most rewatchable thing for me. Period. I could throw on an episode of What If because they're all solo joints, and every single episode worked for me. Some are better than others, but the stories they were telling, I gave him an Ultron Funko Pop yesterday. Like it's just so many things that happened in those episodes that we wish were a part of the main MCU. Every time we see them, like, man, the fighting is more visceral in What If. You always talk about colors. The colors are just off the page when it comes to the What If. It's so much stuff. We get Peggy as Captain America. We get the most tragic love story of all time with Doctor Strange. You know what I mean? Like it's just beautiful, dog. I cannot wait for season 2 on that. And with that being said, I put it at 5. Straight up. What If at number 5? Jamar, where do you have What If at?
You know what? What If was the one I actually completely forgot about. So it changes my whole list. And I can't believe I can't believe I forgot about it because it's so dope. It's so
You
dope to me.
bugging.
Like I super bugging, like ridiculously bugging. If I had to squeeze it in,
It's that dark liquor. It's that dark liquor.
100%. With the
Yeah.
with a taste of eggnog in my joint. If I had to like really squeeze it in, I gotta squeeze it in between number 3 and number 4. So I'm gonna say 3.5 for me
Ooh,
for
you doing that?
what if.
You gonna make me do contingency plan. Let me see what I gotta
Yeah,
do.
I got to because I already got a list in my
Yeah, I know.
dome that I was already ready to bless y'all with. But I'm gonna go like 3.5 because it really is in between number 3 and 4 for me.
Man, you
And
messing
really,
with
I
me
can go
now.
higher than that. Kind of like you,
Man,
I really could say this was the best. I really could say, like, I can argue that and say this was
most
like
definitely.
the
Most
illest
definitely.
joint
Yeah.
that they've
Yep.
dropped. I can easily say that because for me, this was the only one that was 100% without flaws. For me, where I can say
Yeah.
this was the most flawless joint that they've done. What if is that for me?
Yeah.
It
I
really
mean,
is. Like if I was
every
like
episode go.
if I was a
Every
Rotten
episode.
Tomato guy, it would be 100%.
Yeah.
Because even my
that's all.
number one on my list, it wasn't
Mhm.
like
Right.
there's
No, I
obvious
know.
flaws.
Yeah, I
There's
know what you're
flaws in
saying.
that. You know, but what if has no flaws? Zero.
Right. It really don't. Like we said, some episodes are better than others, but bruh, I mean, I didn't see any flaws. Like who saw Ant-Man killing the Avengers? Who
Everybody.
saw not
Body
Ant-Man,
though.
not Ant-Man, but Hank Pym.
Yeah.
Hank
Yes, I'm
Pym.
saying
Original.
Hank
The
Pym.
original.
He's
The
still
original
Ant-Man
Ant-Man.
though. I mean,
Yeah, the
technically he's
original.
still Ant-Man. He's still
Yeah, he the
Ant-Man.
Like,
original.
come on, man.
Yeah.
It's just so much dope stuff. Let me go back. I'm gonna go. It was one episode in there that was iffy for me, but it still turned out dope because the fight scenes were ill, and that was Party Thor. I ain't gonna lie. Like, Party Thor was the weakest one, but
he was
he
weak.
it was funny though. It was.
But I think they had to throw in the comic relief. I mean, I get it, but
No, it was cool though. It was just.
it was 100%. Like it was flawless
Yeah. I
victory.
felt like
That's what
all the
what
other
that
episodes
was.
felt darker. Felt dark. That was I guess that was a
Yeah.
little sunshine in there. Bruce, where you got What If at?
Man, what if is number 3? Damn near should have been number 2. Only reason I put Shang-Chi above What If is because it was in the theaters. If it wasn't for it being in the theaters, What If would have been number 2 for me. What if when What If? I mean it's on stream, so you can go back and watch it now. But at the time when it was on, where you tuning in every day to catch it new, I don't think nothing on TV, even on the stream services, was better than that at that time.
That's
What If was that you know what I mean? I brought up an idea to them last week for like our own What If. And
yeah, right.
We're probably going to only be able to do 5 of them boys. I got 12 of them right here waiting. You know what I'm saying? Like that to me, that concept with these type of characters, that type of writing, that type of art, that type of budget, on and on and on. That concept is to me. So I loved it. You know what I'm saying? Killmonger, them switching up T'Challa as Star-Lord. You know what I mean? Infinity Ultron was crazy. You know what I mean? The only thing I didn't like about it, is Thanos getting bodied. You know what I'm saying? I don't like seeing the movies
I kind of wasn't
thing.
feeling that, but it was like real minor for me. But I feel you on that. I mean, I might have to take it down to a 99.9999%. But I feel
you talking about how fast he got bodied. You talking about how fast he got bodied.
He got bodied too quickly. Like he was not, like he's not an Eternal. But like he's got a different power level of power, you know.
On top of it, I didn't like seeing it, but to me that showed who we're dealing with. You know what I mean? It's you know what I mean, that type of thing. So yeah, it could be 2B. It could actually be 2B on my list, but number 3.
Yeah.
Okay. So the next one we got, I didn't have on my list at first. I don't know why I was tripping and forgot about it.
You bugging.
Spider-Man No Way Home.
You bugging.
Spider-Man No Way Home.
You
Um,
bugging.
I had a hard time with this one. It was definitely top tier. I had to figure out um, where I was going to put it. It was tough for
I
me,
didn't have too much of a hard time with this one.
but I eventually landed on number 2 because it
Word.
paid off what WandaVision and Loki all started, the multiverse.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else has been tiptoeing around the multiverse. Doctor Strange, even in a show that was named after the multiverse, it kind of tiptoed around it. Like it took us
Right.
really one place. That was the 838 universe. You slid through all the other ones, but you went to one place and you gave us the Illuminati. That was it.
And then they got body.
You know what I mean? They got bodied very quickly. But Spider-Man No Way Home, it brought us the Parkers together. Something that we never thought would ever happen
It did.
in any movie.
That shit was dope, bro.
It's like I don't know how you only
It
can
was
top
next
that
level.
in one way. There's only one way to top that, and we'll talk about that later. But
That's next level, bro.
I definitely put it at number 2. It was a struggle. I wanted to put Shang-Chi at number 2. I'm not gonna lie to you, but
I mean, I think me and you on the same.
Spider-Man No Way
wavelength.
Home was more
there.
impactful on
Yeah.
what Marvel was trying to do moving
Absolutely.
forward. So I'll go with
Absolutely.
number 2. Where you got
That-
Bruce on this one?
Yeah, it's number 4 for me. It's
Okay.
top
Okay.
tier.
Number 4.
Yeah, just about everything Anton said, I mean, like not that Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man was my favorite Spider-Man, because I like all of them to say I'm not even gonna do that. That'd be another episode. But him
would be.
walking through and taking his mask off was just like, oh, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
you got the rumors that it was going to happen, and it was still, when it happened, it didn't lose no energy. You know, I don't know if that's the right word. It didn't lose. It didn't come off lackluster or nothing. It was still like, yo.
It was plenty of reasons to
mean?
not believe the rumors because it was such a big ask.
100%.
There's no way that they're going to do this.
I mean, you got 100%.
I mean, people in the auditorium started clapping.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I was just about to get into that too.
It was dope. Fight scenes was dope. Goblin was a beast. You know what I mean?
Like he should be. Like he should be a problem.
You know what I mean? Dr. Octopus, like the confidence in the way that he was tossing around Peter and talking to him, like nothing had changed. Last time I saw you, I was ready to whoop you. This is what's about to happen again. You know what I mean? And yeah, it's definitely top tier. Really, the ones I have before it, I think are deserving, but it's
splitting
right there.
hairs.
Yeah,
it's splitting hairs at this point.
Yeah. We definitely split hairs.
Yeah, you can fight over that. You can fight over that silver medal, really. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Real talk.
Yeah, you can turn your red light on, man, and just go ham.
You got this at number 2, Jamar.
We got the same number 2, bro. I mean, like Bruce said, it's the only movie I've gone to outside of Endgame where people stood up and clapped and yelled and screamed when they seen those when they seen Garfield pull up and Tobey Maguire. Like that was a different level of energy in a movie theater. And to me, as far as impact, you can almost argue it's the most impactful because of what we seen with having all those Spider-Man that was extremely popular when they dropped. I mean, like you could say you can really argue this was the most relevant Marvel movie in this phase. Like almost not even close, really. Not even close, really. You know what I'm saying? But as far as like visually pleasing, it was number 2 for me. And I seen this joint in 3D as well. So, but as far as visually pleasing, it was number 2. Impact, probably number 1, but visually 2. Fight scenes, definitely behind Shang-Chi. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Mhm.
Shang-Chi tops the chart for fight scenes, but this was dope, man. I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they didn't give away too many spoilers either in the trailers, which is what I loved about this movie. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Some
right,
of them
right.
you can like, okay, you're giving away too many spoilers, like you're doing too much. And I felt like a couple of other joints that we haven't discussed yet gave away too many spoilers in the actual trailer. But
All
love
right.
Spider-Man, number 2 on
No
my
doubt.
list.
No doubt. All
Yeah,
right. We're going
and this
to.
came
Oh,
this
go ahead.
came after this came like right after the loss of Tony Starks too. So that made it
Mm,
even more serious to me.
true
You
that.
know what I
True
And
mean?
we
that.
got a Daredevil. We got a Daredevil preview too in this joint.
Facts. We did get there.
Yeah,
That was the first. Yeah, the first
yeah,
Netflix series character transitioning over to the MCU. So yeah,
yeah. And
Yep.
that
that's
was
a
so
good call.
official. That
Good
was so
call.
Got that.
official.
Good call. Hold on, man. We got folks in the chat that's doing
You
nasty
got the
things. Get out of
yeah,
here,
right.
man. What's
Yeah,
going on
yeah.
with these nasty things over
Go
here?
ahead and clip them. Yeah,
Yeah.
they doing too much. You
All
know what I'm
right.
saying?
Next one, man.
Girls.
I know, right?
Doing too much in the
Facts.
chat, man.
Okay. This next one is a super controversial one. Eternals.
Mm,
Oh man. Okay. So
mm.
Eternals, I put it
So,
at 10. Okay.
so much promise. Oh, you had it
Yeah.
higher than me.
Yeah. I don't think this is a bad movie at all. What
It's
this
not a
suffers
bad movie.
from, it suffers from being too much. It was too many characters.
Too many characters.
Yeah, they had to develop way too many characters. But after watching it 2 more times, you kind of just like you get it. To me, that's how it took a minute just to get what was actually all the way going on. And I just kind of fell in love with it a little bit. It was the most beautiful, I think. Yeah, I think it's the most beautiful as far as setting
Ooh,
movie that we've
great.
done. I mean,
Glorious.
the director Chloe Zhao, she had all these on location spots that just made everything look beautiful. Some of the
Dope.
characters that I really love, Icarus was a beast.
he,
Fastos,
he was hard. Icarus is hard, man.
man. I forget what's the old girl. What's the speedy girl's name? I forgot her name. Makai. What's his name? Makari.
Ajax,
Makari was fire.
Ajax.
Like I just like it because it's a history lesson in Marvel. I hope they pay it off with some of the things they left it off with.
Athena was dope.
The actual celestials coming back to give judgment. I hope they pay off on all this stuff.
I didn't like how they did Gilgamesh though. I ain't gonna lie. They did Gilgamesh dirty.
Gilgamesh was that dude, but
he really
Gilgamesh
was.
had hands.
They had to kill somebody. There was 136 of these dudes, man. They had to get rid of somebody. You know what I mean? It was so many characters.
It was a whole Wu-Tang chamber. It was a whole Wu-Tang chamber.
Facts. We had the whole Wu
baby, I like it raw. Baby, I like it raw. Yeah, right.
But nah, it's just one of those movies, man. I don't know. It was just an experience to me. I just like it. It wasn't a big spectacle. It wasn't a lot of spectacle in there to me, but it was just I just liked the movie.
Wow, they gave it 47%.
Yeah. I mean, people were really
I wasn't that bad on it.
I wouldn't go that. They pooped on that big time.
Yeah, I wasn't that down on it.
If they would have took some time out of the movie, dropped 20 minutes out of it, I think it would have been way better. Way better. But, Jamar, where do you have Eternals?
I actually had it 13 on my list.
Got you.
And it definitely wasn't because of the movie itself. Sometimes I had to do all with timing and also the end credits scenes outside of the Black Knight joint. Like I wasn't feeling the end credits. Like it seemed too cheesy to me. Like it seemed super cheesy, super duper cheesy. The movie itself, when I watched it like a second and a third time, I enjoyed it more. I love like the eternal characters by themselves, like you said. Just too many of them. Like you had to develop you had to develop them. You know what I'm saying? It was a hard movie to do. I'm not mad at the director. It was a very hard movie to do.
gargantuan
hard movie to do.
task to do. Yeah.
All the characters though, I really, really, really enjoy outside of Sprite. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't feeling.
I know, man.
I wasn't feeling Sprite, bro. Like it just, I couldn't with that one. But Icarus though,
Superman,
body,
the
man.
boy that flew too close to the sun.
He was basically Superman. But love how they all had to make a choice. I like movies, man, where you have to make a choice about what the next steps are, especially when you find out why you're put on Earth to begin with. You know what I'm saying? Like why you even here? And once they kind of found that out, and Ajax was kind of holding that back from them, you know, I felt like it was a very, very good, you know, come back to reality for a lot of them, man. And then I kind of wasn't feeling you know, Fastos carrying that flag. Like I kind of wasn't feeling that piece of it, you know what I'm saying? But you know, just to kind of take my put my red pill down. His character I love. I didn't like the direction that they went with his character, but the movie itself though, as far as now it is asking me questions like kind of like where were they when so many of these events was going on in the MCU, even like when Namor, when his people when he was destroying, well actually I guess like after the Mayans got burned down, like where were they then? Because they was there at that time, and Ajax was like, nah, we can't intervene. My homie was like, nah, we got to do something. Like, we just can't let them get bodied. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, the Eternals are guilty of neglect.
We got orders. We can't.
They followed their orders,
man.
Though.
A very long time. But I have it at 13 because of I don't know what direction they're trying to take it. You know what I'm saying? Like I was confused at the end. Yeah, I get it where Thanos' brother showed up and a couple of other people, and I get it that they snatched the Eternals off Earth for judgment. I get all that, but I don't see how it fits in Phase 5. That's it's like a filler movie, and I'm like, it's the dope movie, but it's a filler. It has no relevance to anything else that's going on. So that's why I got a 13 on my list.
I get it for sure. Bruce, where you at with it?
Just off the top of the head, maybe. I know I got a 13 that's open. I might say 11. We're feeling.
No, you got Loki at 11.
You got Loki at 11.
All right. So it's 13 then.
You still got 12 open.
Or it'll go 12 then. We'll go 12. We go 12.
All right.
The bottom for me, they can be in any order. So,
I mean, it stands out to me based on the colors. You know what I'm saying? Really kind of went into that not really knowing what to expect. I rented out the theater that day, so that leaves a mark with me because that was the first time I did that.
That was part of the experience too. Yeah.
Right. I like, you know what I mean? I like Gigamesh with it, you know what I mean? He had hands, you know what I mean? A serious right hand. I like, you know what I mean? I like Idris' character. Salma Hayek is always good to look at. You know what I mean? But
even at like 52, 54, wherever she is.
Hey, man, the flesh is always weak for her. But the post-credit scene, hearing Blade's voice, that seals the deal for me. So you know what I mean, how they're gonna make him fit.
Right.
But just knowing that they dropped a hint, they gave us a shot. They gave us a little shot of his character, and I'm all for that. So we'll go. What was that? 13.
You got 12 on that one.
12.
Okay.
12. All right.
Okay. All right.
And what about that? You know, that joint just off in the middle of the Indian Ocean, man. Like I just want them to address that.
They've only addressed it in She-Hulk. Yeah. That's the only way. Right. Barely though.
That was something too. Like if we ever get Galactus, we kind of got an idea of what what it would look like or what it would be. And
Facts.
also, what was Athena? I liked Athena's weapons. I thought those weapons was real dope.
That's why
You
she
know what I
had
mean?
battle, bro.
She was all
She
bad.
was
Yeah,
That's all
fierce.
she was.
definitely.
She wanted smoke regardless.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's all she did. All right,
Look at my.
we'll move on to the next one.
Yep.
We gotta be a
Yep.
little quicker. We can't help it,
Yep.
but I'm
Yep.
just gonna
Yep.
keep saying it just so we can keep it there. Hawkeye. I mean, I don't know, man. Hawkeye was just once again, it falls in that Black Widow situation.
Yeah, I'm all over the place
Like,
with Hawkeye,
bruh.
man.
I mean,
Yeah, I don't even know.
I mean, it's
It
happened.
wasn't terrible.
First and foremost.
It wasn't terrible.
It happened, but it's like it didn't have to happen. It really
yeah,
didn't.
I
It-
agree with that.
It gave us
100%.
Kingpin. And I was like, it wasn't the same as Netflix. The Netflix Kingpin,
No.
even though it's the same character, same actor.
It gave us
Um,
Echo.
Echo was nice. And Kate Bishop was cool. It just, I mean, they made a Christmas special out of it, and it just, it's not what I wanted from Hawkeye.
I liked
just
it
to
better
be
than some
honest.
others, though.
Word, I can't wait to find out which ones those are. I can't wait. I have
Damn,
Hawkeye
damn.
at 16.
Wow.
Yeah, Hawkeye's
Okay.
at 16, man. It just didn't move
Okay.
the needle for me like that, man.
Okay.
It was enjoyable, but it is what it is. All right, I'll go with you, Bruce, first on this one. Where you have a Hawkeye at?
Yeah, we way far apart on the Hawkeye show.
Okay.
I don't know, man. Maybe 14.
Okay.
I like Kingpin showing up. I like the backstory on of Echo, seeing what her struggles was, and you know what I mean, because she was a hard character. You know, she was the boss.
Is.
You know what I mean, be having a peg leg and all of that. You know what I mean, and she was, you know what I mean, the hands was right.
The peg
that-
joint.
You know what I mean, the little battles that Hawkeye had to deal with losing, Natasha, I thought was straight. But it's still, man, that got a 92. That got a 92 and Eternals got a 47.
That's crazy. I don't
But
get it.
yeah.
Agree with that.
I mean,
Agree with that.
I ain't going 100% just poop on it. It was decent.
Nah.
It kept my attention, but it still just doesn't stack up all the way, man. We ain't got to spend much time on that.
Right. Jamar, where you have it at?
To be all the way real, I mean, I had it at 15. I mean, but like the more I thought about it,
we ain't off
no,
like that.
No, we ain't too far apart. But the more I thought about it, I was just like, man, it really hit harder than some other joints that came out that I was really, really looking forward to. But like you said, it did not move the needle. I need, seeing the little weird characters that was like, what was the little colonial people that was in there, like that was playing like the little sword,
yeah.
That was just way too.
Cosplay
dude. Bro, that was way too corny for me. I couldn't get down with that, man. That alone bumped it down some spots. Again, there were some things I like about it. I mean, I didn't think Kate Bishop was bad.
No.
She developed throughout the entire joint. I like the fact that her parents were really like crime bosses. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it has some elements in there that really was good to where I can see where somebody would be like, okay, this is pretty decent. Hawkeye's wife being deep in Shield, you know what I'm saying? Like all that type of stuff where his family was really being hunted. You know what I'm saying? Him being hunted because they was looking at him as Ronin because he was bodying. Because we forget when he was Ronin, he was bodying mad crime people, just going through everywhere. Because he even bodied some 10 Rings people. He was going through bodying everybody. He was just like possessed on. I'm taking the world out right now. So I get why some people will really be attracted to it. It was some of the stuff that was corny for me was just way too corny, and he just had bad acting, and I was just like, I'm good, bro.
It's a victim of Disney Plus. That's what I think it is.
15 for me.
15?
15 for me, man.
All right, we got that. Yeah, Hawkeye was when you say all the elements out loud, it sounds like it's a Disney problem. you can't lean into the streets like you want to. Like if this was set in a Netflix series and you got the darker version of all these characters, I think it would have worked and not been a Christmas. It could have even been set in Christmas, but it didn't have the tone right. All right, next one.
I get it.
Oh, go ahead. All right.
No, I'm just saying I get it. You good?
All right, next one. One that I was really hype about. That didn't quite turn out the way I wanted, but it was still good, and that was Moon Knight. I liked Moon Knight. The ending made me hype for season 2, if there is going to be one. It was a lot of elements that I loved about this. First of all, Oscar Isaac probably single-handedly had the best acting in Disney Plus, any series of Disney Plus. To be able to switch between characters like that at the drop of a hat, nobody had the task that he had to fill. Nobody had that, and he executed it perfectly. Now they should have gave us more of the third personality during the show and not left us in the end.
Agree.
That's probably the biggest gripe I have with the show, is not seeing the brutality like Moon Knight is supposed to be given out. The man wears white because he wants the enemies to see him coming. Like, I needed a little bit more of that battle that you say we needed more of that battle, but as an interesting piece, it was still very interesting. I think I have this at 8. Let me see. Let me make sure.
Okay.
Hold on. No, I don't. I'm lying like a mug, boy. Oh man, love man. I'm switching mine, man. I'm putting this at 10. I'm putting this at 10 and Eternals at 11. Because I liked it more than Eternals. I can't even act like I do.
Okay.
So I'm switching that.
So you had it at 11 then?
Yeah, I'm tripping. I don't know why.
Oh.
I'm putting it at 10.
Yeah, I was high.
Eternals
I was definitely higher on Moon Knight than you was.
All right. Well, let me know then where you got it at.
Yeah, man. I got it at number 7, man.
Ooh, dope.
The reason why I have it up that high is because what you just eloquently laid out. He killed that role.
He murdered it.
And it kept me so interested because of so many flashbacks. I was like, I almost got lost there for a minute, but they brought it all back for me. So I felt this was very carefully directed, and it was crafted to that point to where you understood at the end, and it talked about things like depression that we don't even really like to talk about as Americans.
Yeah, right.
I felt like that really did. And you know, I've always been like a fan of like Egyptian novelty as well. Like I'm a huge fan of that stuff, man. So that kind of like bled into my heart. That's probably another reason why I had it so high. But I love the Moon Knight character. I like the Mr. Moon Knight, Moon Knight himself. Like you said, he's wearing all white. I feel like he definitely has a place in the MCU. Like his character made sense to me, unlike the Eternals that did not make sense to me. It had relevancy, man. So I'm really curious to see where they go with this. I wish I would have liked to see a better like end credit for this, so to speak. But like you said, I would have liked to see that third personality be in the show more. But I love how they took Ethan Hawke's character too, which he was a villain, but we didn't really realize how dominant he really was until he started to really just get busy in the series, man. But I thought this was a great series. It was different, and this was a good different, at least for me, because it was way different than the other series, and I thought this was dope. Definitely not as good as WandaVision. I had it below WandaVision, but I had it ahead of Falcon and Winter Soldier.
You said 8? You had a 7 or 8?
I had a 7. I had Falcon and Winter Soldier 8 on my list.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, I had a 7. Go ahead, Bruce.
Bruce, what you got it?
I think for where the numbers I got open, I guess I would have to put it at like 9. If I would have thought it out a little bit more, I wouldn't have had to freestyle it. I don't know if I would have it at 9, but where we at right now, But I was digging it. I mean, I like the colors. I like the character. I've always been a fan of Ethan Hawke as an actor.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? When he would check the hands and weigh the scales, I thought that concept was dope. Uh, the Egyptian lore has always been dope to me since I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Like I struggled to stay focused in school, but when we would talk of Egyptian lore and history, you
Oh
had my
man,
attention. Uh,
absolutely.
the Mr. Knight suit was dope. Like
Yeah,
even though it
that's
wasn't as
legit.
high, even though it wasn't as gully as the other one, you know what I mean? Like it
It
was like
worked.
on some, it was also and it was clean cut, but it was still
Mm-hmm.
like bout it though. It's
Mm-hmm.
clean cut, but I could still get busy with it.
Right.
Uh, Acting was solid. Uh, like I said, the just the Egyptian lore did it for me. The concept of Egyptian gods using humans as avatars was real dope to me also.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Yeah,
think I can stand on that. I think I stand on that 9.
no doubt. All right. Well, next, I think the biggest blockbuster we've had in this phase. No, I take that back. Spider-Man was, but Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Dope movie, but a disappointment at the same time.
It was a disappointment, but I probably still had it higher than a lot of other stuff because of the impact. But go ahead.
Yeah.
I just had to cut it out.
I have it at number 8.
Qualifier.
It
Okay.
still was very enjoyable. It was some dope battles in there. I love the zombie Strange. Miss America Chavez. See the potential in her, though I don't know. Is she an official? What do you call her? She was at the Carmitage at the end of the movie. So is she going to be? You know what I mean? What do they call them? Wizards, whatever.
Sorcerer.
You know, sorcerer. There we go. I don't know, but Wanda as the villain, definitely a top tier villain. It still blows my mind that the writer of this movie never saw WandaVision. That don't make no sense.
Yeah, they don't
They
make no
never
sense
watched WandaVision at all. They just got a couple footnotes. That was it. So that's crazy to me. But
to me, you would have to watch WandaVision to really. That's disrespectful almost to the fans.
I don't get
That
it.
should come in the job description.
Facts. It really should. It really should. Yeah, she should feel disrespected for you not even watching that. But yeah, obviously Wong in there still doing his thing.
Currency.
Just visually it's definitely spectacular. It's just the multiverse aspect of it didn't resonate. It didn't pay off like they said it would. And also they said this would be more like a horror situation. I was like, nah.
It was darker.
It was darker, but it wasn't horror. It was that Sam Raimi.
It wasn't close.
Stuff.
It
was
horror.
Overall, it was still good. It was enjoyable. It just it missed the mark. This had potential to be top 2, 3 of all time in Marvel, and they didn't do it.
That's what I came in expecting. That what you just said, Anton. That's what I came in expecting.
I did too. I texted that to you at one point. I'm pretty sure after seeing the second trailer, I was like, "This is potentially going to be one of the best."
And that's why I lowered my expectations. After that. After Strange came out, I was like, I would never again go into a movie thinking it's gonna be more than what I ain't doing that no more.
Okay, go ahead, Bruce. Bruce, where'd you have it?
I think with the slots I got open, I think I got a 7 open or 9. What
you have a 7?
No, you just said 9 was
9 is Moon Knight.
Okay,
it's Moon Knight.
All right, so I.
You don't want to put it at 7, do you?
Yeah, I don't. But I mean, I guess at default, I go with 7. Okay. You know, well, yeah, I do the 7 and stand on. The reason I do that is Xavier. You know what I mean? Bringing in Xavier, man, that was a big deal to me. You know what I mean? It wasn't to see how easily she handled, you know what I mean? Scarlet handled the Illuminati.
Yeah.
Kind of like
she handled everybody.
Man, it was like scrambling an egg, bro. Like, but it was like at the same time you didn't want to see it, but then at the same time, it's like I said with with Ultron and What If, Body and Thanos like that. It just lets you know the problem that you were dealing with. You know what I mean? It, like, man, this should have been more of a battle, but then they're trying to get this point across on how beastly this character is.
And
Uh,
she is beastly.
and she's next level. The way she did all the, the sorcerers just showing up on on their home field and just
Destroy
bodying them.
camouflage.
The way she was using the water, the metal in there as her reflection to come in and do, like, it was almost like a scene from The Ring.
That part was
When,
creepy.
when
That part was.
Samara on The Ring came out of the TV, that's how she
Yeah.
was climbing
Oh,
out of
yeah.
that water and bull. So
She
you know
did.
what I mean?
Name
Yeah,
her name.
yeah. So, but yeah, I stick with that, man. We ain't got a lot of time, so
Man.
we'll
That's
trim the
cool.
fat.
Okay. Jamar, where you have it?
Yeah, I definitely had it higher, but that just goes to show it wasn't a whole lot of good properties that came out in phase 4. I mean, I think we
Right.
can all be honest and say that. But I had it number 5 on my list because of what it meant to what's to take place
Number
moving
5.
forward. It definitely cracked the multiverse that we was all kind of like pandering and looking for, like when it first dropped, along with Spider-Man. I love to see Wanda just body. I mean, she was evil, man. I mean, we seen her kind of go to that dark side in WandaVision. So I'm at least glad they stuck to that and they doubled down on it. They doubled down on her grief. So I was really happy to see that. America Chavez, like you said, Anton, definitely think she's gonna play a big role going forward.
Right.
Love seeing you know what I'm saying, Strange and zombie zombie form. To me, I mean, like I love what they did with the magic and the wizardry in the wizardry. It was almost Harry Potterish, like what they were doing with their Voldemort. You know what I'm saying? What they was doing with that. So I actually really liked that part of it, but my expectations were definitely not met with the movie overall. But it was still better than a lot that came out in phase 4 to me. So I had it at number 5.
Yeah, I mean, it was a strictly popcorn movie, man. It was a popcorn joint.
Popcorn.
That's really what
Visually
it
it was pleasing too.
Yeah,
It looked good on
facts.
3D too. So shout out to 3D. They
This
3D blessed it.
I didn't get to see that one in 3D. I wish I would have.
Yeah, 3D was hard
I already
body.
know.
I'm telling you.
All right, this next one, I'm real interested to see where you guys fall on this one. Mrs. Marvel. It has, dang, man, get my punctuation together. Hold up, man. Come on now. I can't be out in these streets looking around.
I'm probably off from y'all on this one too.
Ms. Marvel is the highest rated show or movie out of phase 4. And I have it kind of high on my list, actually. I have it. Hold on. Where'd it go? What in the world?
I have it higher than what it should be on my list, but I do have, to me, I feel like it's high.
I mean,
where I have it.
I have it number 9 on mine.
We close. We close.
The thing about Miss Marvel, it is nothing special about the superhero aspect of this show at all.
Zero.
It looks like a Disney show, like back in the day, early 2000s. You know what I mean? One of them joints you see. I can't even think. Lab Rats.
Damn near Robin Hood. It was like Robin Hood with the fox.
It almost looks real cheesy. But what it does is it nails every other aspect of a TV show. The world building, the family aspect, the cultural aspect. It definitely plants a seed for what's to come with the character down the line in the Marvels. I love her as a character because she is us. I've watched plenty of interviews in general, and she is. If we knew her, she would be on this show right now with us.
I mean, her and Riri.
You know what I mean?
I mean,
she does need to cross paths with Riri, even though, yeah, that would be dope. But I just like the show. I wasn't expecting anything. I thought it was going to be bad, to be honest. They had a lot of things going on behind the scenes. At least reports were were reporting that it just even Kevin Feige didn't like the actress in general, like stuff like that. I was hearing all these type of things coming out, and then when I watch it, it's like, okay, I see what you guys did. It wasn't special, but you nailed almost every aspect of the show. Yeah, man. If I was 20 or if I was 16, this would be top tier, like 1, 2, 3, or 4 for me. But I don't know. Number 9 for me. Jamar, where do you have it?
Man, it's funny. I have it at number 10 on my list. So we are very, very close as far as where we have it ranked. But everything you said is 100% spot on. This was fun. This was like what's the show? Boy, to me, this is like Boy Meets World.
Boy Meets World.
I felt I got like Corey and Topanga vibes like when I watched this series. Very fun.
Topanga, what's happening?
You know it, but again,
talk about
this, the character, man. What you say, Bruce, earlier? The flesh be weak. Weak. You know what I'm saying? When we was kids with Topanga, the flesh was super weak. But the character has relevance going forward. You know what I'm saying? So to me, this series has so much meaning. And they did a great job of developing the character and developing her backstory, her family history. I love how they played on the whole what are they like? Not Persian. They are I guess we're gonna say like Middle Eastern. Let's just say.
I mean, they're from India, so they're Indian. But
okay,
you know what I mean.
But they played on that, and again, I'm always like a fan of like the whole cultural aspect. I like learning about culture, like learning about all that stuff, the regalia, all that, everything they wear. Man, like to me that stuff is dope, and I felt they played that to a T. So
that's what happened when you let the culture actually be involved in every aspect of the making of the show.
That's why I got to give flowers to the director, because I felt like that happened, and this was again street level. They took it back to the streets on this. You know, she had to actually learn her powers. It's not like she just got the wristlet and she just was like bodying people. Nah, she had to actually like learn it. I mean, you know, so I definitely like that. Miss Marvel's definitely 10 on my list. Bruce, what say you, my brother?
All right. Hold on. All right.
I mean, you can say 16 if you want to.
Nah, I don't even know where I'm at. What do I got though?
You ain't got a 16 yet. You ain't got a 15 either. You ain't got a 14.
2, 3, 4. You don't have a 5. You have 6, 7. You have 8, 9, 10,
11, 12.
So you need an 11, 15, 16, 17, and number 1, I think.
Yeah.
All right. I guess we do 11.
Hold on, my bad. Hold on. Yeah. Oh no, you do have 11.
No, he got 11.
That's
he definitely got 11. I think he don't have a 13, a 16, a 17, and a 1. I think is what he's missing.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken.
13, 16, 17.
Yeah.
And 15. Off the dome needs.
We'll probably do like a 15.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
15.
I mean,
go in on it.
I mean, I ain't pooping on it. Just, you know what I mean? I like the graphics when she got her powers at that cosplay show. I thought that was dope. Nah, I ain't going to. But you know what I mean? When she got her powers, I thought that was pretty dope to see that she was also a fan. You know what I mean? Where, you know, she's talking about the Avengers. I want to dress up like, that's what it was called. Was it like Avenger Con or something like that?
Avenger Con, yep.
Yeah, she was going hard for that.
How they put that in there. I thought that was pretty solid. You know what I mean? To think of her grandma, if I remember right, I thought her grandma's character was real dope. Leading up to, you know what I mean, where she got her powers and the genes from. I thought that was pretty solid. You know, them to mention the mutants in there, you know, mentioning that they saw something different in her bloodline. So yeah, I thought it was straight, man. To know that she connects with more to the, you know what I mean, coming in the future is pretty solid too. You know, she may have been in a different place if I would have been able to write all this down. But yeah, there's you know, yeah. She still, I put this above She-Hulk, but yeah, we cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely above She-Hulk, no doubt about it.
All right, let's get to it though. All right, we're gonna go to our next one then. Thor: Love and Thunder.
98%.
No. That's wrong. That's wrong because that was supposed to be Miss Marvel's thing. So
if
I don't know what
98,
it is.
if it got 98%, we need to get that person on this show right now.
Look, why?
You tell me why you got that.
Why, Sway?
Right.
How, Sway?
Why, Sway?
Speak on it, fool.
Thor: Love and Thunder. I definitely have it as the 17. It just didn't hit the nail on the head. It had all the potential in the world, but the tone of it just wasn't right what it needed to be. Gore was dope, but they didn't give us enough gore. They didn't give us the gore 17. Behind gore. And 17. I mean, they made a love triangle out of two weapons, dude. Come on, man. What are we doing? What are we doing?
100, bro.
This is Thor, dog. Thor is supposed to be the god. He is a god. Yeah, just went too far. This is a case of just going too far. Ragnarok was the balance. Ragnarok was the balance that you needed if you wanted to go funny. This wasn't it. It was all funny, all attempts to be funny, and didn't land that well. I like the kids getting powers. That looked dope. I don't know if it was very convenient writing, but it looked dope. Valkyrie is always great in every way. I like Lady Thor.
Yeah, the flesh is baby when it comes. Yeah. When it comes to Valkyrie.
I thought Jane Foster was cool and all that, but it's like they cut her off in just one movie. So I don't know, man. We all know they didn't nail the landing. They didn't nail the landing at all.
They was
man. That was like it was. They needed Denzel to land that plane.
If it's on me, this is this bottom of the barrel for me, man. They wrote this with
17 too.
Yeah, they wrote this with Michael J. Fox's hands. They was off, yo. Man, I'm a huge fan. But no shot at that man. He's but man, they messed this up.
No, they in Stephen Hawking's hand. Whoever had the pen, Stephen Hawking.
Oh my gosh! Stop it!
Forgive me, Lord, didn't forgive me. But they striked out big time, man.
Yeah,
like I rented out the theater for this. I put a little extra bread on it.
Facts.
Yeah. And it was like, you know what I mean? The goats was way too much. The only thing I really liked about it was the scene when the Asgardians was bodying the other gods. They made it look so easy, but then it still wasn't. It wasn't. You know what I mean? It wasn't no fight scene. It was like It wasn't even that. Like, and these is actually godlike characters battling each other, and it was just like scissors going through paper. You know what I mean?
Paper people.
Yeah, it wasn't. The goats was way too much. You know what I mean?
I did laugh at the goats, but they worked. They got a little much.
The first 2-3 times it was then it was like, all right, man, you doing a little too much. It just wasn't popping, man. It wasn't popping. You know what I mean? The relationship with Stormbreaker was, I don't know what they was doing. They was high on this, yo. They wrote this with the shaky hands and Nick Fury's eyeball. You know what I mean? Like they was just off, man. They was on that lean when they did this.
100%.
It officially has a 64% also.
And they had that big of a budget. How you strike out with that big of a budget?
With those actors.
Right.
That's hard to do.
Yeah.
You make people, I mean, I don't know Taika Waititi's, I don't know his track record outside of Marvel, but when they make one good movie, they think they can just like take off the reins. They can take off all the gloves and don't give them no limitations and none of that. I think they definitely need to put parameters in there to
Right.
keep it Marvel, keep it MCU, not turn it into a Taika Waititi movie.
100%.
All right. Where you have this? You got it at 17 too, or you got a little higher?
Nah, I
don't think
wasn't
you
as
got it that low.
I wasn't as special ed with this as y'all was. I mean, I got it low as hell, but not that low. Y'all had it remedial. Y'all had it.
Oh, okay. Oh, I know. Okay,
Y'all gave this do-over level, even though it's do-over level.
It
for
is
me, too.
do-over level.
I had it at 14 on my
Okay.
list, and I really don't need to go deep into it. I didn't like the whole John Clive Van Damme splits he was doing.
Yeah, that was
like
booty.
I was
Stupid.
watching
was
Bloodsport.
booty.
I'm like, come on, bro, this ain't
Yeah.
Bloodsport.
Facts.
The jab to the jewels. Like, I'm not feeling that. But I had it at 14 because this was not quite as bad as two others on the list, which we gonna touch on. Well, I've already said Hawkeye was 15 for me.
Yeah, true
But-
that.
Okay.
Okay.
There's
I know
another
what
one that ain't.
I know what you're going with. I know where you're going.
Yeah, 17 is clear cut for me.
Okay. All right. Next, then I Am Groot. I mean, I put this on my list. I have Groot at 13.
It's on my list too.
Not because
got it
it
at
was
15?
bad. I got it at 13. It's not
Oh,
bad
13.
at all, to be honest. It was actually very good. It was just
Oh,
it was
good.
shorts. It was just shorts. You know what I mean? It was something to enjoy with my daughter. She thought it was funny.
Mhm.
It was some funny moments in there. I like Groot. I don't particularly want to see baby Groot. I want to
Right.
see, raging grown up Groot get busy like he did in Guardians 1. But 13. It was cool. It was good fun. That's it. Bruce, you have it on your list. You don't know what numbers you got left, do you?
It was funny, man. It was funny. The kids was giggling.
Yeah.
I was a little shocked that it was only like 5 minutes long. I knew they was
Right.
short,
Right.
but I didn't think they was, that short. What I got, like a 14 left.
You got a 16 and a 13. Yeah,
We'll put
16
that
And
at
a
30.
1. You got a
We
1
got
too.
and a 1.
Yeah, that's not happening. That's not happening. We'll do you say 15?
Yeah, you got 13, 15, and 16 left.
All right, we'll do
Ooh.
15.
Okay. You're gonna have to rearrange yours. I can already tell.
Word.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. Well, I don't know, maybe not. We'll see. All right. Where you got that one at, Jamar?
Actually, I got it at number 9 on my list.
Dope. Yeah.
Because I felt it was better than a lot of other stuff that just dropped. Even though it was like shorties, like 5
Mhm.
minutes. But I thought visually it was phenomenal.
Yeah, they put thought into that. That was beautiful.
My son is not even like huge in a Marvel, but he loved that though. He loved I Am Groot.
Mhm.
So I was like, it must be good. If he likes it, if he's digging it, I said it must be good. So I'm gonna throw it at 9 because I was like going down my list. And I was like, I said I Am Groot is actually better than some of these. I was like super disappointed in. So I had it like right above Miss Marvel for me.
Okay.
I
No
Am
doubt.
Groot. I could have flipped it. I could have had that 10 and Miss Marvel 9, but
Yeah.
I Am Groot was pretty dope to me. I thought it was pretty genius.
Nah,
how
it's
they
dope.
did it.
It was too short. That's all.
Yeah,
They
it was
should
too
have
short.
made they should have did a special presentation instead of the
Right.
short.
I'm not mad at where y'all have it though. I'm really not.
Okay. All right. Winding down. We got 3 more to go. The next one. Ooh, man. Y'all about to throw the boo-boos out there. She-Hulk, attorney at law. 85% on Rotten Tomatoes. Okay, so this is a very controversial show to me, but
It's not even controversial to me.
nah,
But
it's
go
not
ahead.
even controversial, but there's so many things that I liked and it just never all came together. She-Hulk is number 15 for me, first and foremost. The
say
first
16?
episode, 15.
15. Okay.
Yeah. It has one of the best first episodes.
Yeah.
With Hulk. I mean, it was a great episode, period. It's not Savage Hulk like we want, but we got a lot of like connected things in the first episode. Tony talked about Tony a lot in there, and I don't want to talk about Cap in the way that she did, but You know what I mean? It was funny. I liked the first episode. Then it starts getting into the weeds. It's supposed to be a lawyer show with no lawyering, really. It was like one or two cases. You know what I mean? It didn't feel like a lawyer show. The fourth wall breaking. I like fourth wall breaking, but hers, it felt like bad timing. It was too much, and it was bad timing with it. The show was not all that funny. The only thing about the show that was actually funny to me was Mr. Immortal. The dude had all the wives. He had me hurt. I'm gonna lie. Mr. Immortal was funny. Yeah, that was hilarious. And then the grand finale, which I'm not mad at the grand finale. I'm not, but at the same time, really, did y'all really take us through this whole series to completely dismantle everything you were working with? Like the blood storyline, Titania, Abomination, like everything about it, they unraveled it to make a point in the end. And I don't know, man. It was weird. It's just weird, man. She-Hulk twerking. They did that. They made She-Hulk twerk, my boy. They made She-Hulk twerk. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not mad at her character. I'm not mad at her character at all. I think it can work with better writing. I think it could work. But at this point, I'm not sure where she's going to fit in moving forward. I'm sure they'll shoehorn her in somewhere. But like fourth wall breaking in other properties, unless it's Deadpool, just weird, man. I don't know. She-Hulk 15. But the flesh is weak. It's certain scenes where the flesh get weak, though. I ain't gonna lie.
Fact. Big old fact.
I'm just saying. You know what I mean? But okay, yeah. Where you got it at, Bruce? You got hold on. You got 16 available and 17.
Her and Thor is at the bottom of the barrel for me, man.
Okay. Oh no, so you got 16 with her.
It was, I don't know. The Daredevil.
Facts. Daredevil episode.
That was really about it to me. Mm-hmm. Some of the talking that she would do, even at the third, breaking the third wall talking, but like the narrating through it. Hey, don't expect a cameo in every show. That was cool. You know what I mean? To me, sometime when she was saying, yeah, we had Daredevil, but besides that, it just, this was kind of definitely for, I don't know, man. Like first thing came to my mind, but I don't want to, like, if you didn't really know much about it and you was like a silly blonde, you probably loved this, but I'm not a, what I mean? I know something about the MCU and I'm not a silly blonde. It wasn't for me. I was hoping it would be too, though. Because I was thinking they was going to try to replace the Hawk with her. With what they gave us in this, they are messing up. They messing up the Hawk. But if they did that, like, I'm gonna boycott some. You know what I mean? Like, for real, Hawk life matters, bro. Like, straight up.
I think they did give us one thing. I mean, I know a lot of people didn't like his look, but Scar, I think he is the linchpin for getting us the old Bruce back. Right. I really think he is. I think something's gonna happen within either Thunderbolts or the Captain America 4, where Scar is gonna do something, or somebody's gonna try to recruit Scar or kidnap him and gonna bring back Savage Hawk. World War Hawk is coming because of Scar. I promise you that. That's the most redeeming quality of this show. Brother Jamar, how you feeling?
I got it last 17 on my list. Like, to me, Thor is better than this. Like, this was all over the place for me. And here's the thing, though. I'll say this: I felt like after episode 1, it had potential to land in the
big
top
potential.
top 10 for me. But after that episode 1, it just started getting all over the place, and I'm just like, what are you doing, Marvel? Like, I'm a bigger fan of the She-Hulk character in the comics than I was like what they was doing in the Disney Plus joint. I was like, this ain't hitting. This ain't getting her done for me. So
Wongers was funny. Wongers was funny.
I mean, it was. I mean, I like
that
seeing
was
a Daredevil, but like, I'm like, she did more cutting than she did fighting.
yes,
She was smashing more than she was
yes.
fighting.
She
Like
had them
I
tendencies.
wasn't feeling that, man. You a Hulk. I need to see you body. Like I
Right.
just wasn't feeling that, man. So
If I
definitely number
if
17 on my list. And
yeah,
it's not even close. And Thor: Love and Thunder. Like if you are below Thor: Love and Thunder,
you ain't
that's
doing it
bad.
right. You
That's
striking, bro. You
bad.
striking out.
Yeah,
That's
I think the
Yeah.
bad.
only
She
thing, I mean, I don't know. Thor: Love and Thunder, I think was still worse, but I will
I
say
gotta give it better. It's better than this, bro.
I
Like it just
appreciate Thor: Love and Thunder because it only made us suffer for 2 hours versus 5 or 6.
facts. That's where I was with it. That's where I was with it.
All right,
Them
man. We
last
got
two,
two
three
more.
episodes was too much.
Two
It
more.
was too much.
Two more. All right. So Werewolf by Night. I'm very interested to see where you guys have this. I have this at number 7. This is kind of more of a return back to the brutality that we like. I don't call it seriousness because it. I mean, you can argue if it was serious or not, but it just felt like the MCU that how I like it. Darker, a little grimier, monsters, magic, all type of things mashing up into one thing. And then they put it in the aesthetic that we hark back on where we were talking about WandaVision. It took us back to Nick and Knight. It put it in black and white, the old monster practical effect type things. It was a good feeling. And it didn't keep us there that long. A little 45 minutes to 50 minutes. Get it over and done. Beginning, ending, conclusion. You can kind of see where they're going with it in the future. Hopefully it all comes together at some point. But I was looking forward to every single character that I saw that survived that show. I want to see them again. So number 7 for me, Werewolf by Night. Hopefully we see them cross over with Moon Knight. Beautiful. Right. It will be beautiful.
Go ahead, Jamar.
I actually had it number 4 on my list.
I like that.
I thought this was a very, very dope project. Very dope project. Actually, it had me wanting more. This reminded me of like your Clues of the world, like name your favorite like murder mystery.
Right.
That's what it gave me the vibes of, man. The acting was so supreme. The game they played was so. I was like, why can't Marvel do stuff like this all the time?
Listen, I think this did it.
So by pushing the envelope, and that's why it was so high for me. I mean, the acting, the characters, all that, man. Like everything about it made sense, made perfect sense.
It didn't do too much. It didn't do too much.
It didn't do too much. I mean, it was definitely better. It was definitely better than all the movies that I've seen, but 2.
But it's about 3, I think, for me. But yeah, you're right. You up there.
Yeah.
All right, Bruce, where you feel?
I'm sorry, 3. My bad. All the movies but 3.
3. Yeah. Bruce, where you got it? So this is where you got your spots.
I had it at number 5. Yeah, I got it at 5.
You do? Oh, you still got 5 alive. Okay. That made me nervous. I was looking at your numbers. I'm like, all I see is a 13 and I'm like, bruh, I don't know about that one, cut. But I feel you.
It was 5. Because it still fit on my list there. You know what I mean? Everything he said, the eerie Black Dahlia vibe feel, Clueless vibe feel, House on the Haunted Hill vibe it feel. I seen the behind the scene footage of the fight scene where the werewolf was bodying. Like it looked good on screen, but like the stunt guy just doing it, that even looked hard. You know what I mean? They was hieroglyphics in the back, so it connected with, like we said earlier, like in, you know what I mean, the Egyptian lore. Just the eerie feeling, the Van Helsing vibes. It was dope.
Oh,
you know
bro,
what I mean?
100%.
It
I mean, that's perfect.
It definitely like a top 5. You know what I mean? It's definitely a top 5. No lower than 6 and you know what I mean? I got it at 5, but no lower than 6 on my radar. You know what I mean? If I had to switch anything, they did their thing with that one.
Indeed.
Ted.
Well,
And that's all I'm gonna say. Ted.
Shout out to Ted for sure. Definitely shout out to Ted. You already know.
I
Them
mean,
red eyes.
it definitely gave me
No.
Sin City vibes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, we
You would
got
be
one
hunting
more.
you would be hunting a different type of
We
monster.
already know what
We know
number
what's
one
going
is.
on now.
We
We
already
know
know what
what's
number
going
one
on,
is,
man.
We don't even
Black
need to
Panther,
really get into
Wakanda
it too deep.
forever. No,
If you
we
thought
don't.
something different, something wrong with you.
I mean, you can argue it. You really can with
Yeah,
those
I
top
guess so.
three.
I guess so.
Spider-Man, I mean,
Spider-Man.
you can argue
Yeah, I
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man
guess
and
so. Yeah.
Shang-Chi. You can argue it, but there's so many levels and layers to this movie, and it all starts in real life. Like it's not. It don't even start with the actual movie. It starts in real life. We lose Chadwick, and you talk about. I've listened to Kugler talk many a times, and the challenge of making a movie without your leading star, and then one of your best friends, and all that. To even make a movie that was even good or okay is an astonishing feat. But they put their foot into this movie, man. The first time I watched it, I was nervous. I didn't get to fully digest it. Second time, I'm like, yeah, that's where it needed to be. Third time, as of yesterday, was that yesterday?
Yeah, it was yesterday.
Yeah, that was yesterday. Yep. 3D. Oh my gosh, man. Even things that I didn't really like at first starting to grow on me. The Midnight Angels outfits, the Iron Heart Ironheart
Suit.
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 Yeah, and then just having Ironheart in there in general as a like the major, I don't know, the plot device for the movie was genius to me. Like I didn't know how they were going to shoehorn her in here. Obviously, she was for the future, but for her to be a scientist, to be a young black woman, young black teenager, be considered nearly the smartest person on earth, doing what governments have been trying to do since since Chadwick announced to the world that we're going to share resources or knowledge or whatever. All these governments been trying to get there, and who knew that a black teenager knew the key to get into all this, and they're going to exploit the hell out of that. Wakanda comes in and swoops her up and try to protect, but you can't protect her from that guy named Namor, bro. How do you do that? That's that boy right there. I cannot wait to see who's the next in line for that guy. Who's going to step up to that guy? Because I don't see nobody currently out there that's on Earth, at least. Not, I mean, you can bring in some outer space guys, but right now, who really can rock with him if you're not the angriest Hulk right now? Like,
I mean, you have to be like on some Wolverine type.
I don't even see that happening, bro.
I mean, I don't either.
Man.
But I mean, Wolverine's a different type of mentality too. I mean, he goes for the kill.
I know, and he shares the same mentality as Namor, I guess you could say.
Yeah, right.
That dude, he don't have no games in him, dude. He's nice. He's a gentleman. He gonna get all the girls if he want to, but he don't care.
His hands.
That's all he cares about his people.
That's what it take him. That's what it take him above Wolverine is he's a thinker. You know what I mean?
Oh no, absolutely.
You know what I mean? He gonna lose it. And I love Wolverine is my second favorite character in the Marvel. So you know what I mean? So it ain't even that.
Wolverine's going for one thing only. He's going for the headshot.
Right. Let's get this finished now.
Right.
I don't know if it's on. Yeah, I think it's me. Yeah, that's it. That's number one if it is me. You know, like I said the time before when we talked about it, man, I just, good story, had a good wholesome feel. The look was beautiful. You know what I mean? They to me was pleasant with dealing with Chadwick's passing. You know what I'm saying? It to me, it didn't beat me over the head like I was expecting. Like I was expecting it was there, but I wasn't fighting. You know what I mean? I thought it was going to just be like, bang, nigga, if you ain't if you ain't crying, something wrong with you. You know what I mean? And yeah, it was beautiful. The colors, you know what I mean? Namor, I just, the contrast, but it was still so much alike. You know what I mean? They both had their own gestures. They both had vibranium. They both had colors that they lived to. What was it? Was it Talcon Rise? They had Wakanda Forever. Like as much as they wanted to be different from each other, it was still so much the same. By far, that's number one of this phase. By far, it's well, like I said, Spider-Man could be, but in my opinion, salute to everybody else's opinion. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's got to be.
It brought the gravitas. It felt like the old way. It felt like the old way, the one we fell in love with for sure. Jamar, I know it's number one for you, but
yeah, it's definitely number one for me. Like I said, I'm not gonna go too deep into it because y'all basically have already said it. Just the sentimental aspect of it. Just like Bruce said, you had two nations or two. I guess Talacon's really not a country, but you had two areas on Earth that was virtually almost the same as far as like the people will go hard for their country and they will do anything to protect where they're at. You're not gonna come in and take anything from them. Like they might be like, look, you can come in here, you can see it, but you gotta wipe your feet off on this mat before you step off in here. You gotta show some respect. So and that's hard, and I appreciate that. But like Anton said, I think last show, we can't be having these Wakandas just getting bodied like that. You know what I'm saying?
Come
Like
on, man.
It's too many of them, man. It's just getting laid to rest, and we can't see that. But definitely curious to see. Of course, we're pretty sure Riri's gonna be in the next Avengers, but just kind of curious to see where she goes. She takes her career, the tech. She's already, like you said, Anton, in her bag. The government wants what she's working on. So I love so many directions that this movie can go in. We seen T'Challa got a young Toussaint. We know he's gonna be the next. He's gonna be the next one. So my theory is again he's gonna end up being like a mutant. So just curious to see where all that stuff kind of unfolds, man. But definitely my number one.
Excuse me.
Yeah,
definitely my number one.
Absolutely. Can't wait to see what they do next. Disney Plus seems to be the next place that we'll see at least an official Wakanda title. I won't rule out, like we said, Thunderbolts and Cap 4. Some of these places, some of these movies addressing at least Wakanda issues, vibranium, trying to infiltrate the borders. You never know, but we need more of this. We just need more. I have no doubt about that. If Chadwick was still here, this phase would have went totally different. I think they would have based it more around Wakanda. I think none of this was really the way they planned it all the way. I don't really think so. COVID had a lot to do with it.
And salute to the pivot, though. They did a great job pivoting.
Yeah.
I'm happy to see again, where it goes next. Yeah,
I believe they're going to pivot again. A lot of these Disney Plus shows are going to turn into special presentations. They're doing layoffs at Disney right now. Like they're downsizing. And I think they should. I think they need to get back to what they used to do. I do want series, but it really has to fit. Secret Invasion, it sounds like something that should be over a course of 5-6 episodes. Some of these things they need to dial it back, man. We don't need to know how much or what the Avengers make on their payroll, and some of these things we don't
irrelevant to me.
We thought we did, man. I'm in that camp. Like, I want to see as much as possible. I want to see them roll out of bed and take a boo boo. Like, I just want to see my characters out here. But now, okay, all right, enough of that, guys. Enough of that. Let's get back to what we love. But I appreciate y'all hopping on here with me, man. I tried to total this up. Black Panther, of course, is number one. We had Spider-Man and Shang-Chi come in at number 2, tied. WandaVision and Werewolf by Night were 3. What If came in at number 4, and Doctor Strange number 5. Just on our total. So not a bad list.
No.
Overall, it shows that Marvel has kind of slipping a little bit.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange.
I was struggling. after like 7 or 8, I was like struggling.
Right. They just buying time though, man.
Yeah.
Buying time. They can't.
Before we ride out, did the chat get quiet or we missing
Yeah,
anything?
it got quiet. It got quiet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes we get long-winded on them. It's all right. I ain't tripping. Let me see. I don't even care.
Nah, ain't nothing else popping.
Nah, it's
okay.
all gravy.
When some girls got blocked, this pretty
I
much.
know, right? Facts. Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate y'all hopping on this. This definitely went longer than we expected. But we have to.
Still enjoyable though.
No doubt. It was necessary. Everybody that was in the chat, I appreciate y'all for tuning in for a split second. You already know. Next time we get on, I'm not sure when that will be. Hopefully Tuesday or Wednesday. I need to get Taylor in here. I don't know what I know her schedule is starting to die down, but it's not there yet. So I can't wait till it is, though. Her perspective is always needed, in my opinion. You know what I mean?
100%.
Like I said, all of us work on the same wavelength almost. Man, we all think the same for the most part. But
Right.
It is what it is, though. All right. Once again, I appreciate you guys. All you tuning in, please hit that like button, subscribe. Check out my man Jamar on the Fresh Out podcast. They still holding it down, doing big numbers over there. I'm trying to get like them, so I appreciate y'all. You know what I mean?
It's going pop,
the brother. I ain't worried about it. We just gonna keep doing it and having fun. So
yeah.
All right, y'all. We out of here.
Peace. Appreciate the invite.
Deuces. Indeed. Once again,
salute.
Simply marvelous. I'm Anton. That's Jamar. Hold on, that's Jamar. Gotta get me in the camera. That's Jamar and my boy Bruce.
Yeah.
We out of here.
Wandale clapping off on y'all.
Clapping off.
Man, I can't mess with y'all, man. I cannot mess with y'all. Man, it is almost, man, it's my bedtime. Y'all know what time it is? What time is it down there, Jamar? What time you got? You still on the same time as us?
Yeah, 10:09 is what I got.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
We old.
Peace.
All right, y'all.
Thanks. All right.
Peace.